on with power.
What is up, jabronis? JJ back here with Uncle T, Allie Mac Snyder. It looks like Uncle T was trying to get the show started early, I see. The Byron Nelson, AT&T. I think I was told by my compadres here that it's pronounced Nielsen. Time will tell. At least I can rely on Snyder for good information always. How is everybody? I mean, Allie's got the guns out today, looking a little shredded. Snyder's got the tee on, looking shredded. Uncle T's even got the new backdrop, and rooting for Kentucky, who got embarrassed.
He hits 2 outrights and buys a mansion.
Yeah, look at the house Uncle T's living in. You love to see
how rich.
You love to see it. Who knew he plays the piano? What a world!
I mean, for the record, we all four could have the same backdrop up, just for the record. But yeah,
Uncle T's got some Beethoven in him. You love to see it. You just love to see.
Hey, the way we've been picking winners, it's been like Beethoven, Uncle Dunkle.
Yeah, so Uncle T's, speak on that a bit. So how'd you do last week?
Yeah, everybody pretty much knows it's on Twitter. You guys cranked it out for me and got it out there. But no, Max Homa, a big shipper for Uncle T. Played him a little bit in DFS, not as much as I would have liked. But yeah, big out right there. It's 3 out of 4 weeks. Again, we were talking off the air, not up to Snyder level just yet. But Snyder's my idol. Snyder picks winners, and 3 out of 4 weeks, I'll take it. Right, 20. I ended up getting it. It ended up going all the way down to 28-1. I got it at 38-1 on Monday of last week before it plummeted. So yeah, nice little payoff for Uncle T.
Now, what'd you guys think of that? Connor birdied to make the cut, didn't he? Did I miss that?
Yeah, 15-footer on 18 to make the cut.
Oh my! Imagine running that pure, being overweight on Connors, and that happened. I mean, I guess it didn't matter, right? Because he could have
been on Adam Long and Seb Straka when they bogeyed 18 to miss the cut.
Yeah. Speaking of, you hate to see it. At least Jordan's in here. Fitzpatrick, Young, Bradley, they all T2. You hate to see. Oh, that was last week. So all 3 of them tied for second. Oof.
Yeah, I had actually it was pretty overweight on Young and Fitzpatrick. I had both of them in my core. Just didn't have the right combinations to ship anything big, but it was an all right week.
I came Young top 20, but
yeah, you see, everybody hit something last week except for Travis. You hate to see it, and of course he doesn't show up because he's probably embarrassed, as I would be.
Yeah, he had that ridiculous breakdown too.
Yeah, I mean, well, it's narrative season, and I'll be honest. Listening to you guys give facts, it is nice to see a different perspective. Nothing wrong with narrative season. But, yeah, fell by the wayside, and Mangone was the only one kicked off the show last week, which you really do hate to see. Snyder, you want to go over this course? What course are we at here?
Yeah, I'll go over this here quick. This is actually the second year they're going to play the Byron Nelson here at TPC Craig Ranch. Last year it played as a birdie fest. It was the winning score was 25 under. There were 6 golfers that broke 20 under. It was the second easiest track on tour last year. Par 72 is going to measure right under 7,500 yards, wide fairways, very little trouble, inviting bombers to just swing away off the tee. So we love to see that here. Larger than average bent grass greens are going to be rolling at around 11.5 on the stimp meter.
There we go.
The wind is usually the biggest defense here, and it doesn't look like the wind's going to be too out of line early on in the week. So I don't think that's going to play too much into a big a factor. I think the guys are just going to grip and rip it off the tee, and whoever hits the greens and makes the most putts, it's going to be pretty much a putting contest like we've seen a few events early in the year, I think, again. So some key stats we'll be looking at: strokes gained approach, birdies or better percentage, greens and regulation, driving distance, long iron play, and opportunities gained.
Snyder, I'd love to say I listened to all of that. However, after you dropped stimp meter, I had to Google what the hell that was. A device used to measure the speed of a golf course putting green. I mean, this is exactly why you're on the show, Snyder. I mean, who the hell?
Dunkel, to be fair, right, because you like to bring this up, to be fair, we've been doing these shows for how many weeks? How many months? And Snyder's mentioned stimp meter, I mean, a good dozen times probably.
Probably
I'm just
every
trying
show.
to be fair.
That went in and out of my ears, all 12 of those shows. Then, I mean, stimp meter. That's like a $12.
I gotta be honest, I never heard that either. So
that's a $12 work. You see, this is why I have you guys. I learn a new thing every time. Like Mangone last week with the narratives. This week it's the stimp meter. I bet you I can go back and learn things from other shows as well, because clearly I'm missing things on these shows anyway. So Snyder, again, another great job with the breakdown. Thank you. DFS, Ali Mack, we'll start with you. No, we won't. Uncle T, over to you. DFS, high and low. Who do you like?
I have no problem covering for Ali in this segment. We do it every week. I love to start. Dunkel, we have one play. There's going to be a few of them, but one play is very, very mispriced, and it's Seamus Power, 7,900 on DraftKings. He's 35-1. Actually, I think he's down now to 32 or 30-1 in some places. So Seamus Power at 7,900 is one of my bigger DFS plays this week. And then going down the board a little bit, I also like a guy named Mito Pereira down there at 7,600. So I'm going to give you a couple guys down under 8K this week.
So, and Snyder, I'm going to pose this question to you. Knowing that Seamus Power is going to see a tremendous amount of ownership based on the price, when you build tournament lineups, do you leverage the leverage, if you will, in terms of fading him or going lightweight on him, knowing how high owned he's going to be?
I don't think Seamus is going to be. Yeah, he's not going to be high owned. I've actually been waiting patiently all season. A lot of people played him last week. I didn't think it was the time to play him last week. I've been waiting for like another birdie fest like this. I played him a ton early in the year on those birdie fests. He just crushes these easy courses. So I think Seamus is a great option here this week. But I'm going to go up top with Scotty the Kid. I mean, why go away from the guy that's won 4 of his last 6 events?
Cut it. Thank you. Because I got a speech today that if I picked Scotty, I was getting kicked out.
I mean, it's one thing to – first of all, he didn't even answer my question. Like, he was just like, I like Seamus Power. He didn't say I was going to be overweight, underweight. And then we discussed the show. No one is allowed to give the nuts-on favorite Scotty Scheffler in the show. And what does Snyder do? We're a minute into breakdowns.
Dunkel, that was a blatant disregard for our pre-show notes and meeting that we had.
I mean,
when Scotty's going to be twice under what he should be. I mean, he's a lock on DFS. We got to get our guys on this, Scotty.
He's going to be 25%. What do you want him to be?
I don't think he'll be that high owned. And people are talking themselves off. I think Justin Thomas, Zalatoris, Burns, all those guys are going to see ownership as well. Spieth's kind of creeping up there. They all can't be 25%. I think I would take the under on Scotty.
For golf, you guys correct me if I'm wrong. 25% is massive for somebody in golf.
Not really. I mean, you can still get overweight on them. I mean, it doesn't matter what percentage they are. It's like hooping. We always say on the Tuesday show, it doesn't matter what their ownership is. We're going to still get over the weight on them. It doesn't matter if they're 25, 30%. We're going to play at least double, triple that. And
so just so I'm clear, so Seamus Power 35-1, he's 7,900. I mean, that's as juicy as it. He's like the 11th or 12th favorite in this. Actually, less than that, 10th favorite in this tournament, and he's basically in the median price-wise. You guys don't think he's going to see ownership?
I think he'll be like 10, 15%. I mean, he's missed 4 of his last 6 cuts, so he doesn't have the great form coming into this event, which is going to shy some people off, I think.
I feel like I want to get down money on this, but we'll move forward. We'll move forward.
But I do have one other guy I was going to mention. Where's he at? I'm going to go with where the hell did he go? Cam Champ. That's who I wanted to go with. I think he's going to be pretty low owned too. I mean, the guys right above him, Vegas, Hadwin, some of the Wise, they're all going to see a lot more ownership than Cam Champ. Cam Champ's coming off a 10th at the Masters and a 6th at Mexico. He can absolutely bomb it off the tee. I mean, there's really little trouble here for him to worry about. So I like Cam Champ to keep the good mojo going at least half the ownership as some of the guys above him, I think.
Okay. That was a good finish, Snyder. I appreciate that. We'll go over to outrights, and Ali Mack, we'll start with you. Who do you think wins this tournament?
Yeah, so I feel like I'm always tempted by him every week. I think he's due for his first win. So I'm going to take Willie Z here, 20-1 on FanDuel. In his past 5 starts, he's gained an average of 4.3 strokes on approach, 6.9 strokes for tee to green. His ball striking has been nothing short of elite. He's familiar with this course. In the field, over the last 24 rounds, he's ranking first tee to green and approach. So give me Willie Z and let's call it a week.
Willie Z, 20-1 on FanDuel. Okay. I can accept that. Uncle T, you're outright. Who do you like?
Allie stole mine, Dunkel. So
I knew it. I'm so glad I went first because I had a feeling he was gonna say Willie Z.
She stole my Willie Z. So I can either double down or I can give you another one.
You guys can agree again. It worked so well with Connors last week.
Do it.
Yeah, it didn't work well. What do you mean? Don't be making fun of me, Dunkel.
That's my job. My job is to critique.
I actually like Justin Thomas quite a bit too, and he is not up to Scotty Scheffler, so you can't mute me. I listen to the rules.
10-1 though.
He'll be 25% owned too.
Hey, this is your segment, Snyder. Stay in your lane. Stay in your lane. I do like Willie Z though. I think T6 at the Masters, T4 to Zurich. With Davis Riley, T17 here last year. I think he is primed and ready to break through. Now he's $9,400. He's only 14-1, so it is a short number. You're not really getting a whole lot of. You're not getting a whole lot of meat on the bone as far as an outright, but still 14-1 is a pretty good number. So I do like him.
20-1 at FanDuel.
Very nice.
22-1.
I'd grab it.
BetMGM, but
BetMGM 22-1. Okay, Allie Mac.
Yeah, did my research.
And Uncle T.
Allie and Uncle T, arm in arm. Things you love to see.
Again, if Willie Z hits this week, we're going to be supporting this whole group chat.
Yeah. So you guys think like you're just supposed to, give out golfers and jerk each other off on how good good you're picking. And meanwhile, all I'm doing is being constructive here, and then I'm getting sandblasted. So Uncle T, settle the fuck down. If we're going to slander this way, you'll be sitting in timeout for a bit.
I apologize, Snyder, Uncle.
Thank you, Uncle T. Thank you, Snyder. I can always rely on you for objective information.
Can I give my long shot?
That's not the part of the show, Uncle Terry.
See ya.
So Snyder, who I can always rely on for quality, objective information. Snyder, who'd you outright?
I'm gonna go with Sammy Burns at 20-1 odds. He's a great par five scorer. He's been putting lights out. Recently too, gained over 5 strokes, 4 strokes, 6 strokes putting in 3 of his last 4 events. He won the Valspar back in March 20th. He won the Valspar, and then he won the Sanderson Farms in like a birdie fest type, easy type track back in October as well. So he's got a couple wins under his belt. I think he's a guy that's just going to come out and torch this place if that putter is on fire again. He was real solid at the Players, real solid at the API, and then won the Valspar, so I like Sammy Burns at 20-1.
Right, Snyder,
can I interject you for a minute, Dunkel? I hate to interject, but I do it all the time.
Here we go.
So a moment ago in my segment, Snyder interrupts me and tells me that Justin Thomas is going to be 25% owned, and then he gives you an outright of the highest owned player on the week. Burns will be 30% owned, and he's giving me a hard time. I think that was very, very disrespectful.
I mean, but Uncle Terry, I started ignoring Snyder when he said Scotty Scheffler wasn't going to see ownership this week. I mean, I'm not even in the golf DFS streets. Scheffler's going to see ownership this week.
He'll be under 25
on Burns.
Yeah.
I'll take whatever you want on Burns under 25. There's no way he's under 25.
I said Scheffler. I'll take Burns under 30.
Well, okay. Well, he's sitting at 29. Nice bet there, Snyder.
Holding an Uncle T angle.
Just so you know, I don't look at projections before this show. I just go off the cuff. But I'm a realist. I'm not in this fantasy world. That's what I do know.
You're on my side here, Dunkel. You're allowed to say it to Snyder. He won't get offended. You're on my side.
I don't care. Yeah.
Love it. Snyder, your long shot.
Oh.
I'm going to go with Kurt Kitayama at 100-1 odds. He's been playing pretty well lately. I think he can keep it going. He can bomb it off the tee. I think this course is actually going to set up pretty well for him. So I'm going to go with the long shot of Kurt Kitayama. He's ranking 2nd in birdies are better gained last 24 rounds, and 3rd in approach, and long iron play has been really good for him over the last 24 rounds. So I like Kurt Kitayama at 100-1. He finished 2nd in the Mexico Open too a couple weeks ago, and then followed that up with a 15th at the Wells Fargo last week.
Awesome stuff. Mr. Terry, who's your long shot?
Very good pick there, Snyder. I actually love that quite a bit, so I'm right back on your good graces. Very good pick there. I'm gonna be kind of in that range a little bit. I'm going with Sepp Straka, 80-1. Sepp Straka, 80-1. You're looking at a guy that just won on tour just a couple months ago, though, and he's been playing some really good golf. He did miss the cut last week, and I think that's going to maybe keep, some people off of him, but he's been playing some really good golf. 80-1, I think, is a little bit too long for him this week. And as far as the odds obviously go, he may be long. I'm not sure about that, but you got none of the three of you caught that, so that's good. So I will go with Sepstrak at 80-1 as my long shot.
I tread lightly on the girth remarks, Uncle T.
Faxman would have never not let that go without saying something.
Undoubted. Allie Mack, your long shot.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with Davis Riley or 65-1. Finished solo 5th at the Mexico Open, posted 4 under par rounds. Also finished 2nd at the Valspar Championship, which I think this course is a good comparison to that one. Tied for 4th at the Zurich Classic. And the ball striking hasn't been great in those top finishes, but his putter is hot. So I'm gonna go with Davis Riley here.
Awesome, 65-1. Okay, so Ali, we'll stick with you for T20s. Who do you like this week?
Yeah, so I put out a video the other day, of course, my top 20 picks, and I'm gonna ride with Sam Burns here. I know Snyder likes him as an outright, but I really like him this week. Solo 2nd place finish at this event last year, coming off a win at the Valspar, runner-up at the Zurich Classic, ranking 6th in the field in short game. Things have been looking good for him. I say that solid form continues this week.
Here I am, the host, trying to find the odds. It looks like +1. It looks like +1.
Yeah, sorry. Yeah,
it might be better on FanDuel.
Yeah, I know that was on DraftKings. I only looked there as well.
Okay, it's probably usually for whatever reason T20 is always better on FanDuel. I don't know why.
I know. Sorry,
maybe a little less vig there. All right, Uncle Terry, T20. What do we like?
Yeah, T20 for me this week. I like Taylor Gooch. He's +190 on Taylor Gooch. I think this course is going to set up really well for him. Finished T20 first at the Zurich with our boy Max Homa, who won last week. I think he's a good fit. He's T1 right now on tour in par 3 scoring, T4 in par 5 scoring. And again, 8,600 on DraftKings, 45-1 to win the golf tournament. He's one of the other guys I do already have an outright on. I know we went through our outright segment, but this is another guy that at 45-1, you're getting a really good number at, but +190 T20.
Very good. Mitch. Is he sexting again?
No, I'm just writing stuff down.
T20.
I got the note sheet out, and I got everything going here.
Okay. Let's see you.
T20 for me is going to be Sebastian Munoz at +270. He's been playing very, very consistent golf, 33rd or better in his last 5 starts. It's been great tee to green, high birdie upside. He made 20 birdies at the Waste Management Open and then 21 birdies at the RSM Classic and a couple of easier setups. So I think Munoz is going to be able to make a lot of birdies here and get inside that top 20 for us at +270.
Munoz. Did you say Munoz?
Munoz.
It's Munoz.
Potato. How do you say it?
Munoz.
Hi, Decky.
Nelson. Snyder.
Definitely Byron Nelson, but
Byron Nelson. Snyder, your favorite matchup? What do you like?
I'm going to go with Willie Z versus Dustin Johnson. I think DJ's kind of here just to kind of get a tune-up for next week. He did miss the cut at the Heritage. I don't think he's going to take it too serious here as he gears up for the PGA next week. And Zalatoris is a local of this place. He's played this course more than probably anybody. He lives right near this place. He's 3 top 10s in his last 6 starts. I think Willie Z is a fantastic play, and he's -120 versus DJ.
I love that Snyder's out here handicapping the motivation of Dustin Johnson for this event. Yeah, so you just love
He just got married too.
He's like, Dustin Johnson just coming here to collect a paycheck. He's not really trying to win anything.
He's not even going to collect a paycheck, I don't think.
Oh, he's going to collect a paycheck. It just won't be on the course. But
Uncle T, your favorite matchup?
I think Paulina is with him this week. So, favorite matchup for me. I actually like both of these guys a little bit DFS, but for a matchup this week, I like Johnny Vegas -120 over Alex Noren. Vegas -120 over Noren. Like I said, DFS, I like kind of both of them, but I just think Vegas, I mean, he has been playing some of the sneaky, really good golf the last 2 months. Really some nice top finishes. And I think, for the number, I think we're getting some good value here. So I'll go Vegas -120 over Noren for my matchup.
Awesome. And last but not least, Allie Mack, favorite matchup.
So I also have a matchup with Alex Noren as well, but mine is over at FanDuel. Aaron Weiss over Alex Noren +102 on FanDuel. I think Weiss, he's coming off a top 10 finish in Mexico where he gained 7.8 strokes on approach. His game is good right now, finally showing good form. As for Noren, he was consistently gaining strokes on approach, but that has kind of changed over the last 2 starts. So I'm taking Aaron Weiss over Alex Noren.
Is that just spelled Aaron Wise like that? I'm trying to find
W-I-S-E.
Oh, see? Of course it was. Never in doubt. All right, Allie, final notes. Anything we're looking to promote? Anything going on? Anything about this course? This is fantastic. Uncle T, anything you'd like to promote? Anything about
I opened the show by covering for Allie. I guess I better end it by covering for Allie. Yeah, I think the boys last night, Snyder, AP, who did a great job. I wasn't able to make the show this afternoon with my guys, Big T and Tambo. I got hung up at work, but both of those shows were really good this week. I think, Dunkel, one thing we need to hit on a little bit, guys. Teams or people are going to be making their teams tonight. Everyone's already kind of looking forward to next week at the PGA, right, at Southern Hills. I think there's a lot of good tournaments this week, a lot of money still to be made. And I think for the most part, most of the other, DFS pieces of the industry, they don't do as good a job, I don't think, as RPS. I mean, we grind some of these lesser tournaments. And again, it's shown the last couple of weeks. They haven't been real big name tournaments. We're going to be coming up with some big name tournaments here coming up. But what I'm getting at is I think we've got a really nice playbook out there. Most of the guys got their cores up. And again, I think somebody from RPS is going to ship this thing this week.
Love it. And Snyder, before you give your final notes, my guy Faz thinks the sexting allegations were a bit harsh. However, I know Holden said he's got the read receipts. So, I mean, I don't know what's going on there, Snyder. But anyway, final notes from you?
Yeah, I'm pretty excited for this event. We've got a pretty good field here. Up at the top tier, we've got some solid values. I think I'm going to be MMEing more this week than I have been in the last. So looking forward to this tournament. And we've got the showdown content going on the Mail Media Network tomorrow. Me, Hoop, and Tambo. And then me, Uncle T, and Big Rob will be on Friday over there. I'll have the showdown playbook on site with cores and everything there. So, yeah, just looking forward to this as we this is our lead up into the next major, the PGA Championship next week, which is going to be awesome.
Love it. Thank you to all three of you for all the detailed information. Allie, you look like you wanted to say something.
No, I was just gonna say, let's cash and run Pierre.
Okay, I guess that ends the show. Thank you, everybody. Gamble responsibly. And yes, Allie, one more time.
Do you want me to say it again?
I mean, or not.
Okay.
Gamble
responsibly. 3, 2, 1, go.
All right, good. Let's cash